Hello and welcome once more to Consoletronics. Now we all have that one special game, the game we played as youths that made us realise that we were going to be gamers for a long time to come. For some it's Sonic the Hedgehog, for others Super Mario Brothers. For me, it's Shinobi on the Sega Master System.
Now I know what a lot of you must be thinking. Shinobi on the Sega Master System? Yeah, it's alright. But up there with Sonic and Mario? Nah, I don't think so somehow. Well, let me explain. My first games machine was a Commodore Plus 4, a woefully underpowered budget computer released by Commodore in the mid-80s. And I got it when it first sort of came out, got it about 85. And within a year or two, the games had pretty much dried up. So although I was still really into games, other than going to friends' houses and playing Commodore 64 and Spectrums, I really didn't come across that many titles. So I knew a friend who had a console, an Atari 2600, the older style one with the wooden effect on it. And I went to his house and I played Space Invaders and Breakout. And, I was pretty impressed with what I saw. No loading times, no loading from the cassette. All the games on cartridge. That impressed me a lot. And I suggested to him, why don't we swap machines? I had about 30 odd plus 4 games. He assured me he had 40 odd 2600 games. So he agreed, and I spent the next couple of days pestering my dad to take me to his yard so we could exchange machines. And finally he relented, so I get to his house with the plus 4 in a Tesco bag, games in another bag. He had the 2600 in a box, so I didn't see it. But, we did the deal. I was happy enough. Got it home, opened it up, and there's only 4 games in there. So I thought, alright then. I'll play these 4 games. I'll see him tomorrow at school, and I'll get the rest. Anyway, he gave me, Space Invaders Breakout, which I played already at his house. And he also gave me 2 other games, Warlord and Combat. And, wow, was I surprised when I played those games. They were just coloured blocks, basically. That's the best way I can describe it. Coloured stickmen fighting each other in Warlords, and coloured blocks that kind of resembled airplanes in Combat. So anyway, I wasn't best pleased, but I spent the night playing these games with my brother, imagining to myself, all the different games I'll be playing next couple of days when I saw him and got the rest of the games. So anyway, I see him next day at school. I ask him how he likes the plus 4. He says it's good, he's enjoying some of the games. And I said, what about all the other games? You told me you had 40 odd games. Where are the rest of them? And he said, oh, I gave them all to you. He said, you changed the games by flicking these switches. There were 6 switches on these machines. I think this is the old 6-sitter machine. So anyway, I thought, okay, then all the games are on the cartridge. Fair enough, get home, start flicking the switch, and it's not the games that started changing, it was how they played. Instead of firing straight bullets, you could flick the switch, now you're firing bendy bullets, or bouncy bullets. So now I'm kind of ticked off, I'm thinking to myself, even though I've suggested the swap, this guy's conned me. And then oh, I was mad, I was livid, I was fuming, but I'm thinking to myself, after all the trouble I went to get my dad to go down there, there's no way he's going to go back, a couple of days later to swap it all back. I'm stuck with it. I'm stuck with this 2600. So what am I going to do? Well, so I'll try and find some new games for it. I go to all the big stores, all the big chains like Toys R Us and these kind of places. Can't get games for love nor money. So this affair's left a bad taste in my mouth, and I developed a pathological hatred for the 2600, which I bear to this day. Which is kind of surprising really, because I got a lot of love for Atari as a company. I was a big fan of the Atari ST and the Jaguar and the Lynx. So anyway, at this point now, I've kind of stopped playing games almost altogether. I didn't want to play the 2600, I had no real way, other than going to friends' houses, of playing any other games. I still wanted to play games, but I couldn't. And a lot of my friends at the time were starting to sort of grow out of games as well, so I could have easily just given up gaming altogether at this point. But a friend I traded systems with, his birthday was coming up and he invited me around his house. He was telling me about this other game system he had called a Sega Master System. He was really enjoying it, playing games like Double Dragon and that. So anyway, I decided, I'll come over. I'd gone to all his birthday parties previous as well, so I went along, and that's when I first saw this game, Shinobi. They had other games, Wonder Boy 3, R-Type, Ghostbusters, a few others, and I enjoyed playing them all, but this game, more than any other, really made me fall back in love with gaming. It felt like being born again. And his birthday was in around, I don't know, September I think it was. From that point on, I made it my mission to get myself a Master System. I was absolutely obsessed. It was all I thought about, getting a Master System, getting a copy of this game. I wanted to get it for Christmas so badly, but the console was still pretty expensive at this time. Still over £100. So I took all the Christmas money I got. My birthday's in January, so all my birthday money, I did anything I could to raise the funds, and finally, come about February 91, I got myself my Master System, and I've never looked back since. Now, I used to consider myself quite a decent games player. I'd finished a few games in my time. I'd waggled a few joysticks, but this machine felt like such a step up. It felt like I'd graduated, coming from the old 8-bit home computer scene to the home console. Unfortunately, it wasn't just the graphics and the music that were a step above what I'd come from. It was the price. The games on this machine, although if you could find them, you could get games for $9.99, these little card games, which resembled PC Engine or TurboGrafx 16 HuCards. But cartridge titles, which were the majority of games and which were the easiest to find, these were $29.99. Now, I was used to paying $1.99 or $2.99 for games. So suddenly I went from buying any game I could find to having to save up for months on end just to get one title. So my earliest memories of this machine are playing a lot of Alex Kidd in Miracle World, which was the built-in title. But finally, after a lot of saving up, a lot of patience, I got Shinobi. I got Shinobi on the Master System. The game I'd been dreaming of, the game I'd been drooling over for so long. The game that made me buy a machine. $29.99. It cost me. And was it worth it? Oh, hell yeah. Definitely. I played this game non-stop. In fact, I'm a big fan of the Shinobi series as a whole. I've played them, even the Game Gear incarnations. The only game I was never a fan of was the Cyber Shinobi on the Master System. That game I never really got to grips with, but every other title in the series, fantastic games. This version was ported to just about all the 8-bit computers of the day. The NES even got a version, an unlicensed version. The PC Engine got a version that was very similar to the arcade. If you're familiar with the arcade machine, you might notice some subtle differences with this version. Sega weren't stupid. They knew the best thing they could do was to make a version of the game that took advantage of the Master System's capabilities, rather than trying to do a direct port and falling flat on their asses. Now, I was originally going to show this game running on my PC Engine, but I figured, what better way to show off this game than to show you the version that I played as a youngster that got me back into gaming in a big way. I mean, this game, probably more than any other, made me a hardcore gamer before I knew what a hardcore gamer was. Any UK gamers watching this might be wondering why the music sounds a little different. And although this version of the game is the actual copy I bought way back in 1991, my Master System has been shipped, so this is it running at full speed 60Hz. These bonus stages that you're watching now, where you have to shoot all the ninjas on the conveyor belt, this is how you win your magic, and there's a particular magic spell I need in order to actually finish the game. If I don't get it, the game's going to come to an abrupt halt. No, yes, the next level. There's a jump you have to make, and only way I've ever been able to do it is with levitation magic. So I'm going to be look at now. These things are actually hostages that you're picking up. I need another bonus stage. I have to get that magic. If not, this game's going to come to a premature end. That's actually the weakest weapon in the game, that sword. I need to change that. What's that chain? Yeah, that's a good weapon. The best weapon I've always found is the nunchucker, but the chain's alright. It's got a longer reach, slightly heavier. Still looking out for that bonus stage. It's been quite a few years since I've actually played this game, but you know, it's like riding a bike. It all comes back to you. You never forget it. I still remember where all the enemies are located. I still remember the bosses. I still remember how to beat them. If you're wondering what them blue things up there, if you're wondering why they look so familiar, that they look like Spider-Man, it's because it actually is Spider-Man. I don't know how they got away with actually releasing this game with him in it, but speaking of bosses, we're coming up to probably the most difficult boss in the game. Just got to do this bonus stage now. If I win this magic, I'm all set up and I can show you the end of the game. That blue guy whizzing past, you hit him, you get double magic. So it's always worth keeping your eye out, trying to get him. I should be able to do this now. We're coming up to the end of it. Oh shit, I didn't even see him! Damn it! Oh well. I failed. A couple more levels to go, but this boss, as I was saying, is without a doubt probably the one that's given me the most headaches over the years. You'll see what I mean when I get there. But the levels themselves, even the last couple of levels, they're not particularly difficult. You know, I mean, anyone can just pick up and play this game and, you know, progress quite nicely. So if you've never played this title and, you know, you like the ninjas and platform games, well then, this game was made for you. This title was probably one of the more common games released for the Master System, so it's very easy to pick it up for £1 or £2. I don't know about in America, because I know the Master System wasn't very popular in the US, but this is definitely a game that should still be in everybody's collection. You know, and if you don't have a Master System, then there's plenty of emulators out there. You know, give this game a bash. I'm just going to practice firing these shots now because I need to get my eye in for the boss. I reckon this boss is probably going to take me out. It's definitely the hardest boss encounter in the game. Even the last boss is, I would say, is easier than this guy. So we'll give it a shot anyway. Gonna need to concentrate now, so if I'm quiet for brief periods, you know. It's touch and go, folks, touch and go. If you've died on a previous level and you haven't got any power-ups, you can't beat this boss. I'm probably, even with the best weapon in the game, I'm probably gonna come up a little short. Oh, thank God for that. One hit in the game and you're not backwards, you don't die. But if you hit that electric fence you see on the left, it's game over. Kill, instant kill. But once those walls of well, things are taken care of, this is its last form. Very easy. Just jump and dodge and shoot him in his forehead. Okay, this is the level I was talking about before. I still need to get that magic in order to actually get off this guy. The boss itself is very easy. If you've played Revenge of Shinobi, it's a very similar boss. He comes at you with a sword. Once he lowers his sword, shoot him in the face. But this level is fairly straightforward. If it moves, kill it. These little blue ninjas can be very awkward, so try and take them out as quick as possible. But anyway, like I said, I was originally going to upload this game on PC Engine. because I want to show off some shooters on that system, both well known and obscure. That's me using some magic, throwing off little versions of myself. And the levels are very, very straightforward. We've come up to the end already, so not large, but it's still a die now. I have to win this magic. This is my final chance on the bonus stage. So I've got to concentrate, keep my wits about me, and as I lose straight away, oh well, game over. What I'll do is I'll actually show you the jump I'm talking about that I need the magic for, and then that'll be it. The level itself is very, very easy. It's just this one jump that always gets me. If anyone's played this game before and has watched this video, you know, let me know. I mean, have you ever managed to do this jump without magic? Because I've tried it many, many times. Never been able to do it without magic. I'm gutted. I wanted to finish this game, show you the ending, but you know, there's a few more guys to take out. There's actually new enemies on this stage. These guys, look. I'm guessing they're supposed to be werewolves. No, here we are, folks. Moment of truth. I'm going to try and do it without magic. And I fail miserably. I hope nothing new there. Oh well. It's been a lot of fun reminiscing, you know, playing this game once more. But unfortunately, we've come to the end of the video. I'm not going to try that again. So, thanks for watching.